COVID-19 has turned Western Australia into an island within an island. Tough new border measures have meant a bumpy start to the mustering season for some cattle stations in the Kimberley near the Northern Territory border.
Today is the first day of our first round of mustering, so we're about to head out for the next couple of weeks out to camp.
Before the pandemic, Matt and Connie Wood had promised jobs to 3 farm workers from New South Wales. Amy JOHNSTON from drought-affected Deniliquin was one of them, jumping at the chance to work at the cattle station, even though it meant a 3,000-kilometre journey across the outback.
I'm going to be very happy to be back doing what I absolutely love.
On March 28, Amy and her friend Isabel set out from New South Wales in a ute. They crossed into South Australia, travelled up to Alice Springs and through Tennant Creek. But while they drove, new travel restrictions came into force. When they arrived at Timber Creek near the WA border, they were turned back.
We did, just over 7,000 k's round trip to hit brick wall after brick wall. I mean, it was quite frustrating in the end as well.
They thought they'd be able to cross the border because WA had declared agricultural workers to be essential, but they fell foul of federal laws meant to protect Indigenous communities from the spread of coronavirus.
What we found was happening is announcements were being made, the paperwork would follow, the process would follow, and when the process was first implemented, there would inevitably be some interpretation and other teething issues.
That's to be expected with policy on the run. I think it's very clear that everyone was trying their best.
The WA government says any confusion over different state and federal laws has been resolved, and it is now possible for agriculture workers to enter the Kimberley to restrict exemption process. Across Australia, people are having to prove their reasons for travelling across state and territory lines, but some families say that's not easy. Jo Elliott and her son Tally live in Sydney. Concerned by Queensland's threat to close the border, she flew to Cairns on March 25 to care for her elderly father. Her 5-year-old son joined her a week later.
Dad's 82 years old and he's up here on his own.
Just a few weeks later, after the border was closed, her son's father, Matt, attempted to fly from Sydney to Queensland to visit his son. He filled out an entry pass online, ticking the compassionate grounds box.
I filled out the details and it was within 30 seconds I had a confirmation back that I had the entry permit.
He arrived in Brisbane but was unable to travel any further without supporting documents. He says he wasn't told he needed them.
I was a bit devastated because just earlier I was talking to my son and he was crying and missing me.
This is my second attempt, so wish me luck.
He tried again successfully a few days later. Jo Elliott says the process for claiming a compassionate exemption should be made clearer.
It's really important so that we all can know that if we've got loved ones up in Queensland and we need to get to them in a hurry, that we can.
We don't advise them that they must produce documentation at that stage, but the Queensland Government website is pretty clear that you need to be able to validate the reason why you're coming through.
Back in the Kimberley, Amy JOHNSTON has finally arrived at Matt and Connie Wood's cattle station. This time she left the ute behind, flying to Broome and making it through border control.
It's hard to find good people that have got experience and a good attitude. When you do get them together, you've got to do everything you can to get them there.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.